A round of severe weather is firing up as we start the brand new work and school week. We're talking tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail, all possible with this next system. So make sure you stay weather aware. And thank you so much for joining us here on America's Weekend Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Kelly Cass.
And I'm meteorologist Felicia Combs. These storms are also bringing more rain to areas that just don't need it. We've got multiple river gauges in flood stage already. Coming up, where all this water's headed and when we could finally see some relief.
Plus,
or your, if you had dinner plans or anything like that, whatever you're going to be doing after work, you're going to have to keep a close eye on.
Here's some thunder in places like Pittsburgh, where we've got the Pirates taking on the Nationals. This is going to be tomorrow evening, and you can see we do have that chance for showers and storms. It is an evening game as well, so certainly by the middle of the game, there could be some storms out there, and the ride home could be a little wet as well with those temperatures in the mid-60s. Let's time it out for you. As you can see, the morning time frame, we're just fine. Even most of the early afternoon. It's not going to be until later in the day, maybe around 5, 6 o'clock. Dinner time, you're trying to get home from work, and you can see those storms kind of blasting on through the Alleghenies here, western PA and into western Maryland as well. State College here in Pennsylvania, we're also watching out for those storms. It's going to be in the evening once again, 7, 8 o'clock. You can see the heavy rain just to our south, according to this model. The oranges, the reds indicating some of those heavier downpours. And we can't rule out severe weather. You know, there could be some damaging winds up and over 60 miles an hour, maybe some hail mixed in with that heavy rain. Isolated tornadoes cannot be completely ruled out. As you can see in Charleston, West Virginia, we start the clock at 6 p.m. on your Monday because these storms will be arriving, say, around 7, 8 o'clock, just after the sun sets. And you'll notice these storms, even in the dark, they're still going pretty strong here, even just to the south and east of Charleston. And a quick check on the 95 between Baltimore, Washington, D.C. Yes, you will get some wet weather early on tomorrow, but it's really later in the day, the bigger storms that come on through during the evening time frame. These are the ones that could pack a punch in terms of severe weather. Felicia?
And Kelly, a lot of people are like, no, it's too soon. We don't want to deal with this. But you know, you gotta get smart like the elephant. You gotta figure out how to deal with it because that heat is spreading through the central U.S. today, well above average. And then you'll notice we're watching those above average temperatures back across the west, but they do fill in for eastern portions of the country that have been chilly. So that might be a welcome reprieve. And then we are keeping that heat around becoming more expansive over into the plains by Tuesday. So that possibility for some potential record highs through tomorrow, all these little dots centered across portions of Texas up through Missouri, Kansas City. You're in the mid 80s today, mid 90s for OKC. Meanwhile, upper 90s in Lubbock and Midland. That is so far above average for this time of year. We should not be there just quite yet. We're not only above average, but we're flirting with records as well. The forecast in Dallas, you're sweating it out for your Sunday at 95 degrees. That would break the old record of 93 set back in 1972. Amarillo, we were just talking about like record late snowfall for you guys, and now we're talking about possibly record heat. 93 would break that old record of 90 for today. And then tomorrow, a place like Houston, your forecast is for 90 degrees. That would break your old record of 89 back in 1992. So it's getting hot. It's hot way ahead of schedule. So just make sure you're keeping in mind you want to stay hydrated if you're doing any of your afternoon workouts, or you know, you go for a run after work or anything like that. Kelly, got to be mindful of these temperatures because they can wear you out pretty quickly.
Yeah, bring that water with you, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget that as well. Well, still ahead on America's Weekend Headquarters.
CBS Mornings anchor Gayle King will soon head to space.
And did you know there's a whole new industry making it possible for more people without years of training to travel among the stars? Our partners with CBS News takes a look at the technology making it happen.
Right, exactly. I'll stick to the flights. But even, you know, she's talking about the blue marble. Even on the plane, when you look out and you're like above the ground looking out over the sky, it kind of puts things into perspective. So I can see where it might feel that way.
Hopefully you get that cool view out the window seat today. A good flying day from Chicago to Atlanta. Still some issues, though, over New England, and we've got another system coming through the Rockies.
Could be just a bit bumpy out there. We are watching that, where you're seeing some of the darker shades or the brighter shades of magenta heading through this evening. A little bit of turbulence expected. You know, always fly with that seatbelt on.
I always do.
Yeah, me
no
too.
Matter what.
I'm never flying without it.
A little slick out here. Seatbelts in the cars too. Obviously, you're supposed to do that, but we do have some snow that's accumulated here, especially in the Worcester Hills, back toward the Catskills. Last day for skiing for some of you up at Gore, maybe down towards Bel Air. And Felicia, we still have some winds buffeting the coastline out there.
Yeah, wind and rain, both of those things can slow down travel on I-95. Maybe you are taking a weekend vacation and you're heading home today. Do know you're going to be dealing with with rain all around the Boston region as we head through the early part of the day into the lunch, afternoon, and the later part of the day.
This rain is stubborn.
Yeah,
Just want to get out of here. We have another system on the heels of this one. We'll talk more about that severe threat that increases for tomorrow. Very nice. Those eagle chicks, by the way, in California, they're getting big, and they're starting to flap their wings a little bit more. Still not able to fly yet, but
they'll be there soon. They'll be there before they know it. Welcome back into America's Weekend headquarters. I'm meteorologist Felicia. And
I'm meteorologist Kelly Katz. We're going to watch some storms fly in, unfortunately, across the upper Ohio Valley, parts of the Northeast, where we could get more severe weather.
Yeah, you're going to have a flip to the pattern. You're waking up kind of chilly this morning in LaGrange, Kentucky, but you do have a beautiful
on the coast of Maine. You can see it's just south of Cape Cod for now, and that's spiraling in not only the rain showers, but the strong gusty winds. It's a northeasterly flow, making it feel even colder where the rain is coming down in Boston. You've got rain right now in Portland, Maine as well, and up towards Bangor, you've got a mix of rain and snow. Caribou, you had snow last hour, but currently sitting at 34 with mostly cloudy conditions. Here's a closer in inspection of Boston where you've got the light rain. There will be some breaks here and there if you're hoping to get outside, but we do see that rain-snow mix continuing in Maine where it's going to last a lot longer because that low pressure is going to take a while to move away from the coastline. So do expect it to be a windy, wet day for you here along the rocky coast of Maine. Down towards Boston, we're still not shaking that chance of showers even as we head towards midday, but it's just not going to be a constant rain. It's just going to be on and off throughout the afternoon. And oh, by the way, the snow may not be done yet here in Maine. You can still see that blue showing up there around Aroostook County, maybe some minor accumulation, and then that system goes away Monday before the next one moves in. For the Yankees game in the Bronx taking on the Giants, looks like just mainly cloudy skies, temperatures in the lower 50s. Well, it has been 3 months since the devastating LA wildfires that ravaged communities, burning homes and businesses to the ground.
But people in the Pacific Palisades are powering forward with their efforts to rebuild their lives in the place they call home. Tom Waite with our partners at CBS News shows us how a hardware store's reopening was a meaningful milestone.
It has been 3 months since the devastating LA wildfires that ravaged communities, burning homes and businesses to the ground. But people in the Pacific Palisades are powering forward with their efforts to rebuild their lives in the place they call home. Tom Waite with our partners at CBS News shows us how a hardware store's reopening was a meaningful milestone.